Hi Flosstube, we're back. And we're back in front of the ocean wall that I have not hung anything on. Welcome back. I'm Erin, the 2 Martini Stitcher, here on YouTube and Instagram, and this is a channel about cross stitch. And so if you're new to my channel, welcome. You're gonna hear a little bit of life updates, and you're gonna see a lot of cross stitch stuff. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I always love spending time with all my Flosstube friends every week, and it's good to have you back. So, what's been going on this week? It's been crazy busy weekend. Just a week. It's been a week. We had a busy weekend. Beverage today is a fun one. A commenter last week mentioned something about Fireball whiskey, which reminded me, and sure enough, my husband already had this stuff in the house. In the fall, we love to do a hard cider. So I think this is Angry Orchard, a hard apple cider with a shot of Fireball whiskey, which is cinnamon flavored whiskey. So it's a little cinnamony, a little appley. So that's what we're having today for happy hour here at 2 Martini Stitcher. And it was a busy week. I did get some stitching done. I got a tiny little bit of FFOing done. And I did have some haul. So we'll do all those things today. As you guys know, I was moving my daughter into college, into her dorm last Friday, and we did that, and it went really well. It was very quick, and I held it together and only teared up a little bit when we left. I have since heard from her once, and she seems to be having a great time. Classes officially started today, although funny enough, on her schedule, she doesn't have any Wednesday classes. So first day of classes, but she didn't have anything today. So tomorrow will be her first day of classes, but they were doing all kinds of like orientation. They have these big Husky Day events on campus the first, not quite week, but like 5 days before classes start. They have lots of fun events on campus. And so she's been busy doing all of that and getting to know her roommates. She's in a triple. She has 2 roommates and they both seem lovely. And so that all went well. Last weekend was International Flosstube FFO weekend. Did I get that whole hashtag in there? It was a very long hashtag. And it was a weekend for FFOing things. And I had grand plans to FFO lots of stuff. Well, not lots. I mean, I don't have a ton finished and not fully finished, but I had a stack of things, and I got 2. I got 2 things done. It was just a busy weekend in general, and I didn't even get around to getting started until Sunday night. I had a haircut, got the hairs cut on Saturday and colored. So it's a little darker now, ready for fall. And then Sunday was football, and my husband left Sunday night for a work trip. So before he left, we were just spending some time together, and I didn't get around to FFOing anything until Sunday night. And then I did get 2 things done. Now, I still have some things, and I am now like a little more motivated to get to them. So hopefully I will get to them, not this weekend. I'm headed out of town this weekend, but maybe in the next couple weeks I'll finish stuff. So I'll show you guys what I did finish for International Flosstube FFO weekend. The first thing I finished was, and I think I showed you guys this as a finished stitching it finished a couple weeks ago. And that's Autumn ABCs by Lizzie Kate. And this little guy sits up in my powder room. I had the summer one on there. It was definitely time to get rid of watermelons and flags. And I had finished this. Now, it looks fine and lovely, and I'm leaving it. I should have brought the summer one up. The smart thing for me to do would have been to take the summer one, because I just did it as a flat finish and stuck it on this board with some fabric and that felt rickrack I told you guys about when I finished the summer one from Amazon. I'll link that below in case you didn't see the last video. The smart thing to do would have been to bring up the summer one that fit so great and make sure this one was the same size. I was not that smart, and I just made it and took it downstairs and went to pop it on, and you can see it's just a little long. Like, it comes right to the end. I'm probably gonna leave it. I mean, I could cut it down, but I'll probably leave it. It sits up way up high on a shelf. So from like back here, it's no big deal. So that's done and changed out. So yay for that. Although my youngest was telling me it was not time yet to decorate for autumn and Halloween, that it's still September. I told her there were a lot of people on Flosstube and Instagram that would disagree with her. And I said, well, it's not Halloween. It's just the flag and watermelon needs to go, and she agreed with that. So the other thing I FFO'd is actually a previous finish that you guys have never seen. And I stitched this after I finished up the last stocking last year and was thinking, I really kind of like cross stitch and I'd like to stitch something else. And I found patterns on Etsy. I purchased a couple Christmas patterns. I'll show you actually another finish that I'm going to FFO, because I think it's sitting right here. Is this it? Oh, that's not it. It might be over here. I'm surrounded by stuff in the craft room. Hold on. Is it in this bag? If it's not in this bag, you don't get to see it. Oh, it is. I purchased some patterns from Plastic Little Covers on Etsy, some Christmas patterns. I think right after Thanksgiving, she had done like a special, a deal on Christmas patterns. I thought, well, I could stitch some of those up in time for Christmas. Which I did get this one done, but I didn't get it FFO'd. So I did it now. And that's, I'm the Holiday Armadillo from Friends. Haven't finished that other Big Friends piece, but I got this one done. So this is, I'm the Holiday Armadillo from Plastic Little Covers, and I just finished it in a hoop. Blanket stitched some felt on the back, which every time, this is like the third or fourth finish I've done in a hoop. Every time I have to look up a tutorial on how to do the blanket stitch. I can never remember from one to the other. And then I just glued on some red pom-pom, because who doesn't like a little red pom-pom? So now that's all ready to hang up this Christmas. So that got FFO'd. And then this is the other finish I did. Well, I didn't get this done in time for Christmas. I did that one. And then my sister-in-law saw it and was like, oh, I love that. And we were looking at the patterns together. I think that was at Thanksgiving. Maybe I was already working on that. I don't remember. I can't remember last week, guys, much less last November. And she saw this pattern. Somehow she saw this pattern and thought it was hysterical. And I thought, well, I could stitch that for her and turn it into a little pillow. And I thought I would do it in time for Christmas last year. No. Like I could stitch that up in a week and turn it into a pillow and ship it off. It was definitely after Thanksgiving that I started this. Newbie cross stitcher. But I have the fabric and I'm going to turn this into a pillow and FFO it for her for this year. And look at this one. Oh, that's not family friendly. Sorry. It's funny though. So that is going to go to her. So that was done. I thought I might do that this weekend, but clearly by Sunday night, I could do a little hoop finish and a flat finish, and making pillows was not going to happen Sunday night. The other pillow that I never did was my daughter's. We moved her in and I didn't have it done. I kind of feel like I was procrastinating it a little bit. Like if I made that pillow to get ready for her to move in, then it was really going to happen. Like we were really going to move her out of the house to school. Like it was going to happen anyway, but I think I was in a little bit of denial. So she just picked out the fabric for it last Wednesday. I could have gotten it done on Thursday to take with her on Friday, but I didn't. So it's going to go in her first care package, I think. Because yes, she's just across the lake, but I'm probably still going to send her a little care package. Because that's fun. Or maybe the first time we go over to visit her, we're going to take her bike in like 2 weeks. She wanted to figure out the situation of like where to keep it and everything. So we're going to take her bike over to her in a couple weeks. So maybe I'll have it done for then. I had it finished stitching. I finished stitching it in so much, like, I had so much time to get that fully finished and I didn't do it. Wah, wah. And then I had one more FFO, but I did this yesterday. It was not during the weekend. One of the tasks for Magical Stitches was to stitch on your WIP that was closest to a finish, and you get bonus points if you fully finish it. You guys know. So my closest to a finish, and it was so close, why was this not done, was this cutie little pattern. I'm not lazy, I'm just on energy saving mode. And this is from Spruce Craft Company online, and I'll link them below. And I did this on one of those like one of those Aidas that's pre-stretched. It's a little 6-inch one, looks about 6 inches. That's 8 inches, guys, just so you know. That's how I measure things pretty much. I think it's a little 5 or 6 incher, and it fits perfectly on there. So someone had given those to me. A friend who was cleaning out our craft closet was like, you cross stitch here. And it was a 3-pack. So I'll do one for each of the girls because I just think that's hysterical. This one's going to go to my youngest. So I finished that off. I just did some felt on the back, a little more pom-pom trim, which I'd already bought. I'd already bought the pom-pom trim. I had the felt. I just hadn't finished the stitching. So there's that. 3 FFOs this week, guys. That's a record. Well, not for all of Flosstube land, but that's a record for me. Yay! So that were my FFOs and my one finish that got fully finished as well. So what else was I working on this week? Well, it was all homework for Magical Stitches and Enchanted Stitches, and I couldn't tell you what was for what task, so I'm just going to pull stuff out of the bag and show you. First, though, I will give you an update on the Harry Potter book covers. So just a reminder, once again, how many times am I going to say I should print out a new copy of this and laminate it? Carla, Rolodex Stitcher, where are you? I have a laminator, and I do love it. Come make me laminate this sucker. Print out a new one, because it's all wrinkled now. So this is what it's going to look like all finished. Harry Potter book covers by Fox and Teacup Designs. Shove that back in the bag. Wrinkle it up some more. Good job, Erin. And this is where I am on that. So I kept up with my 100 stitches a day, and this block down here I did last night. This one right here. And that is the bottom of the page. You know, so now all I have to do is fill in all of this and page finish. So I'm practically there. It's practically a page finish. No, but look, all that broom. Well, I mean, I still have more broom to do, but there's the end of the broom. I think this is a foot. Is that his foot on the broom? No, it's a tree. It's the tree line. So there we go. So that's chugging right along in Harry Potter book covers. Very exciting. And then what else did I work on? I know I showed you my start on this last week, but I wasn't done yet for the whatever homework I was working on. And so I got a little more work done in after I saw you guys last week on Be Thankful by Shepherd's Bush. And there we go. So I think I had really just done up here a little bit. I might have done some of the B or E, but I did more of the border, did the T. This is the start of the turkey. So there's Be Thankful. And I think this is going to get a little more work because energy saving mode was not, there weren't 250 stitches left in that. So I finished it, I FFO'd it, but in order to get like maximum points, I need 250 stitches. And I think this is my next closest WIP to a finish, because this is just teeny tiny. So we'll see. Get some more work on that. And then I was also working last week for homework on playing with jacks, but it needed 1,000 stitches. Is that right? I think I did 1,000 in this last week, and I had only done, I think, like 600 maybe when I saw you. So playing with jacks got some more work, and that's what playing with jacks looks like by the Cricut collection. And this is our stitch along, Play Jack Sal. Talked about it a ton. I'll link all the information below because you can get a discount if you want to join us on all the supplies from Anne at Shepherd's Needle. So all that information will be below. I'll put the hashtag below. So it's been so fun watching everybody's progress on this and all the different fabrics that everybody's doing. Somebody on the hashtag Play Jack Sal has already finished it, and it looks fantastic. I did a whole lot of work in this last week. I don't know when I'll be back to it to finish it, but here it is. So there's where I got to on that. I think I had been working, when I saw you guys last, I had done some of the gray. I'd finished up, I had like threads hanging from the gray. So I finished out the gray there, and then I came back and started doing more work on this pumpkin. So I got this whole flower in and these flowers and started this little motif on that pumpkin. So there we go. And this is on 32 count Valor by Picture This Plus. It's a grayish green. I posted a picture on Instagram and it was maybe a little washed out, but it's a really pretty kind of mossy green color. I really like it. I think it's beautiful on that. So that's where I landed on that. I was very excited for that progress. I feel like I'm actually participating in this how I started. We'll see when I get back to it. And then I do know why I worked on this one. I think it was in Enchanted Stitches. We had to work on the WIP that we had not touched the longest. It had been the longest since we worked on it. So I looked through my calendar, and the one that I hadn't worked on for the longest was Holiday Quaker by Lila Studio. I started this back in July for Christmas in July stitching and haven't touched it since. So that was what I hadn't worked on the longest. And this is the progress I got, and it still has a needle with thread in it. So there we go. So I had done this whole motif in July, and that's where I had left it. And I think that's why I hadn't gone back to it. It was at such a good stopping point. And so then I got this whole section done. There's some center part to this motif that still needs to be done. So, but that's my progress on Holiday Quaker. And this is on 36 count pearl gray. Let me look. 36 count pearl gray linen. So it's a solid. It's not an overdyed. I think it's just the Zweigart. It's one of the Zweigart colors, but it's a nice, really pretty bluish gray. So that's Holiday Quaker. And then over the weekend, the next section of the Steoch dropped, and I made this fit a task. So I didn't do it, I didn't touch this until late Sunday night after the new homework started. So probably like 11 o'clock Sunday night, my time. And I worked on it a little bit Monday morning. And I haven't finished the whole pattern, guys. I'm not technically behind because the next one doesn't come out till Saturday. So I have till Saturday to finish this and still be caught up. We'll see. We'll see, because I'm leaving tomorrow night for a long weekend in Michigan. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm close. I made this fit a task for Magical Stitches, This week we have the Quidditch team tryouts, and so you have to do stitching on things to match the different positions. And for the chaser, because all the Gryffindor chasers were girls, you had to stitch on a project with a you had to stitch on the actual girl female human figure. I don't have any projects with, I know that so many people have like the pretty ladies, the Mirabilias. I don't have one. I don't have anything with a lady on it. I don't have pretty, I did buy those 2 Mirabilias, and trust me, it crossed my mind like, can I get everything together to start it? No, I'm too busy. And I don't want to start those right now anyway. And then I realized, Steoch! It's so clearly the Golden Girls. Because this week was, the pattern was all their hair. So you can see, I got 2 of them done, and this just a start to get me to the 200. I think I needed 200 stitches, 250 stitches, something like that. So, stitching on female humans, Steoch. But I'm not quite done. I will get, I don't want to fall behind, guys. I really don't. Maybe I'll finish it up before I leave tomorrow. It's not that much more. I normally don't count my stitches for the Steoch. I just do it, but it usually takes me at least one night, maybe a night and a skosh. So, and I have the rest of my homework to finish up. There's a lot of homework this week, it felt like. Or maybe it's just because I knew I was leaving and I wanted to have everything locked down and done before I left, which meant having all of the homework done by Thursday. It's a big ask. So, homework this week, I've been working on, and I got this to cross over between magical stitches and enchanting stitches. Is this, oh no, I didn't bring the picture. I didn't bring the cover picture. This project is the Love My Stitching project bag by Hands On Design. That was a collaboration with Hands On Design and So Much to Love. So I have it in one of my So Much to Love project bags. Since when it's all done, and this project inside it is all done, it's going to be a project bag. So exciting. So I got some more work done on that, and I'll show you where I am, and it still needs, I think it still needs another 150 stitches in it, but here's where I am on that. So when you guys saw this last, I had the word motif and some of this rickrack done. So I finished out the rickrack, put in the words rickrack, fob. These are little beads on a scissor fob. So there's scissors here and it's a little scissor fob, and then Love My Stitching. And this, if you guys remember, it's only 3 colors. And I picked the colors to go with the fabric I had bought to make the project bag. So the fabric is this teal and a green and a really dark gray. So on the pattern, because you can pick whatever colors you want to match your fabric, this heart was supposed to be, is charted for whatever color you do the green color. But I couldn't make a green heart. So I picked a pink and did a little pink heart for Love My Stitching. So it'll be the only pink on there, but it's the heart, so that's gonna be okay, right? I just couldn't, green is my favorite color, but I wasn't gonna stitch a green heart. Maybe for St. Patrick's Day, but otherwise, but not for Love My Stitching. So, and this is on just 14 count Aida, 2 strands of DMC. So there we go. So that's that project. And then I also worked on, to match up with homework assignments, I did a little more work on the Apples and Sausage French Kitchen. And this is a club kit from Inspired Needle. And it's a collaboration, there'll be 4 of them. I believe there's 4 of them. It's a collaboration between Hands On Design and Summer House Stitch Works. So I think maybe they're each doing 2 patterns. I don't know. check with Inspired Needle. You might still be able to get the kit. This released in the middle of August, and I got it with like the little book so you can finish it just like that. And I think I did this one for Seeker, the Seeker position, because you had to do a pattern that was like really sought after. And I figured since I had pre-ordered this sucker based on images I saw of it from Instagram, I think from Hands On Designs Instagram, had teased pictures of it. I ordered this back in like June. So I've been waiting for it to come. So here's where I got to on that. I figured that counted as being sought after. So when you guys last saw it, I had the apples done and part of this little border around it. So I finished that up and did the sage. So there we go. And this is with everything in the kit. I think this is 32 count linen in chocolate milk by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, which I love. I now want more of her fabric. And I actually really like this color too. I just need more of this. So that's where I got to on that. And the whole thing, it comes in a like, you get the chart and the fabric and the floss, and it came in this like cool printed project bag that says French Kitchen Inspired Needle. And then you could add on the, I don't know, what is that? It's not really a horn book. You could add on the little finishing doodad, or you could get it without, but I liked it and I want it to hang in my kitchen just like that. So there's that. And then the last project I've worked on this week, the Love My Stitching project bag, and what else? One other. I thought maybe it's just that one needs some more stitches in it to finish up homework, but I'm getting pretty close. I've been with Drew out of town this weekend, or this week with him working. I've just been stitching in the evening. So I've had some time to stitch. So I also worked on Hands On Design Meow Block this week. And I used this one. I think this one was just for enchanted stitching. Nope, it was for both. So this was for enchanted stitching. We're doing Sleeping Beauty. So there was a task for stitch on something, a project that had something that would wake up when the curse was lifted from the castle and everybody woke up. And I figured all the little mice and cats in the castle kitchen would wake up. And then also for the beaters, because they have bludgers and bats, you had to work on a design that started with B, and that is Block Party. B for Block Party. So I worked on that. It didn't get much. I think it just got 250 stitches. So there's where I am on that. My 250 stitches went into this little box that says cheese and the start of the cat. And I also, some of those little colors went into the bird and such too. So there we are on Block Party. Not very far. I like this. I would like to have it finished, but I'm not in a huge hurry, so it just gets worked on when it comes up for projects. So that's it. That's everything I worked on this week, guys. Plans. As I mentioned, we are leaving, just my husband and I are headed out of town tomorrow night on a red-eye flight. And we're headed to Michigan for a memorial for his grandmother. And yeah, so I don't know how much stitching I'm going to have, and I don't know for sure what I'm taking. I know I am taking probably, I'm probably, maybe, perhaps, definitely taking one of the Lizzie Kate yearbooks, because that I know I have homework to do for a bonus task. And that's an easy travel piece. And then I also really wanted to take my knee high, the one that says knee high by the 4th of July. I wanted to take knee high because I'm headed to the Midwest, and that's become my kind of like Midwest stitch. And this family, it's my husband's family that we're going to see. And his dad owned grain elevators. Had his own business of grain elevators. And so saying about corn is a good thing to stitch on when you go to see the Midwest family that dealt with corn. So I definitely want to take that, and I'll probably take the Lizzie Cape, but I don't know how much stitching there's going to be because it's a red-eye flight, so I'm going to want to sleep a little bit, and there's a lot of family coming in that we haven't seen in a long time, so it's kind of going to be a family reunion, which it's a sad reason to have a family reunion, but not really. His grandmother was 97 years old, had a fantastic life, and didn't even recognize her kids the past year and a half or so. So it was sad, but we all kind of felt like we said goodbye to Grandma a couple years ago. And this is just a good reason to get together and remember her and tell fun stories and all be together. So we're going to go do that for the weekend. Just the husband and I. The girls have dance commitments and are staying home. This is the benefit of having a kiddo that can drive and take care of things for 2 days so that we can both go. So those are the plans. And then when homework comes out over the weekend, I will make plans for next week. Well, maybe, I don't want to take the Steoch because it's a lot of floss. It's a whole big floss box. Hopefully I get that caught up before then. We'll see. So let's see, what else do I have to tell you guys about? I don't know that I have that much else to talk about. That's crazy. Shout outs. I have been watching Flosstube while it's just me. It's been really quiet and lonely because the two girls that are still home, they're at dance until very late. They dance until 9:30 every night. And then by the time they drive home, it's like 10:30 by the time they get home. So it used to be just me and my husband and my oldest at home for dinner and in the evening hanging out. And then we moved my oldest to campus and my husband went on a work trip. It's been really quiet, but I've been watching a lot of Flosstube, been catching up on Flosstube. So a couple people that I watched over the past couple days, I thought they'd be great to mention. The first is I can say a personal friend of mine because I've met her once. Her name's Robin. She's a local to me stitcher, and she is the lovely, lovely lady that has helped set up the local stitching meetups. So the first one, and can plug this, perfect place. Look at that segue. It's like I'm a pro. The first Seattle East Side Stitching Meetup is next month, October, I want to say the 13th. Let me look at my calendar. Yes, Sunday, October 13th at the Renton Highlands Library. And I'll put the information for that below. It's also a event in, I think I have it in the Pacific Northwest Stitching group on Facebook as an event. So love to see you guys there. If you're local, if you're a Seattle area, Olympia, come on up. Come on up. It's a Sunday. Traffic won't be that bad. Come hang out. So Robin is the lovely lady that has helped me put that together because she works at the library. Not that library, but she works for the library and helped me secure the room. And she just started a Flosstube. Yay! So she's had 2 videos out. She's an absolute doll, complete natural, fun projects. She's Lady Robin S. And Robin's with a Y, and I'll put her information below so you can find her. So go check out my friend Robin. And then the other person that I watched that I was so excited to see another video from was Patchy Pony Stitcher. I can't remember her real name. She does videos once a month. And so sometimes from week to week, not that I forget about her, but every time I see a new video pop up, I'm like, yay, new video from Patchy Pony. And she's, she lives in Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand, down south. She lives way down in the southern hemisphere. So they're having spring coming. We're going into fall. They're coming out of winter. So it's just really fun to see her projects, and it's cool to see the same. I love watching international, to me, being in the US, I love watching international floss tubers from all over because it's so fun to see what we're stitching on that's the same. She's doing Hello Pumpkin, I'm doing Hello Pumpkin, we're world away. And also to see what they're doing that's different and the different kind of stuff that they have there and going on. And Australia is a big bucket list item for me. My husband and I want it. That's probably the number one place we want to go, but it'll be a when kids are out of the house thing. My parents went for their 30th anniversary, wedding anniversary. Goals. Maybe for our 30th wedding anniversary. So we have 9 years. 9 years to get these kids out of the house and save up. So those two floss tubers are great, fantastic, fun to watch, and go check them out. So I think that's all that's left is haul. Last week I had almost no haul, and I had someone comment they were very disappointed in me. Same. I got you this week. I took care of it. So all my hauls are my acorns and threads bag. Love that because I can stick everything in it. I actually only had, we'll talk about that and giveaway. I only had 2 kind of orders come in. And the first is, I did hit stash unload again. And I had said, I'm done like buying and getting fall Halloween patterns because I'm not going to stitch anymore this year. And then someone posted actually, I think it was this heartstring stampery. It was these 2. This was all from one woman's album. But once you're buying 1 chart or 2 charts, it's all the same shipping. They combine shipping. They sure do. And so I saw a few things that I liked. I saw a couple and then I'm like, well, better look at the whole album. So I'll show you what I got from her. The first is this Ink Circles Metamorphosis. I really like that. That's really cool. And I have been gifted some really pretty like variegated flosses that I think would be great. Like instead of, it has like a whole bunch of called for flosses and you do, I think each one in a different color, but I think it would be cool to do it in just one kind of highly variegated multicolored floss. What do we think? I don't know. I like that. I like the whole idea of it. We grow, we change, life moves on. I like that. And then this one from Heartstring Samplery. Love her. This Friendship Pin Pillow and Needle Book. And it's actually the same pattern. It just shows 2 different colorways. And this one says, always your friend. And this one says, sisters are forever. But inside is a whole alphabet and a couple different sayings charted. I love this. Love that. So I just thought that'd be really fun. I would like to turn some of these like little smaller patterns into, I have this idea in my head of flat finishing them on cardboard with like rings along the edge for like a thread keep. Like, so if I have a project that just has like maybe 4 or 5 flosses that I could, does that make any sense to do like a thread drop with the stitch part being like the flat part? I don't know how to do that or where I'd get little plastic rings, but in my head, I would maybe do that with this. And I don't know that I would put anything here. But just how, I love this. This is what got me. Look at that funky peacock. Love that little bird. And then heart and key. See? I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it. I also got Pineberry Lane, Sisters Farm Fresh Eggs. Why does she look like a ghost is my question. But I just love that. I think that'd be really fun. We eat a lot of eggs in this house. My younger daughter and I are huge. We eat probably poached eggs almost every single day and we make them in the Instant Pot. So I have a little one that sits out on the counter all the time because we use it every day. And I have visions of making this and hanging it on some kind of like chicken wire thing by our Instant Pot. The things that run through my head, guys. And then I saw this one, couldn't resist it. Buttercup Designs. I thought it was like Buttercup is what I would have thought it was. Buttercup Designs, Britty Kitties 2. Because cats. It says cats in charge here. I love this one with the yarn. And I don't know, they were cute. Couldn't resist the cats. And then I did get some Halloween patterns. This one I just really liked, Acorn House. Eek. That one's really cute. I must have had like a Java Girl Stitches moment where I'm like, Halloween ornaments. I don't know. But it's cute, I like it. I might do it. It'd be a fun little small to do. And then this Chessie and Me Pumpkin Row. I really like that. I don't know what the colors look like. I might have to punch up the colors a little bit. But there's that. And I don't know, I haven't looked if this is it must be a separate design with that little guy with the scissor fob. I like that because I like autumny things that aren't too Halloween-y, because how long are you really going to have Halloween out? And then from the work basket, Quaker Halloweens. This owl. Had to have it. Don't know about the bat. It's got weird ears. But that owl, love that. So that was stash unload, all from one person. Add that to the stash. And then I had an order at 123 Stitch because I was looking to get fabric for the 5 o'clock somewhere pattern. I wanted some green fabric for that pattern. I already stuck fabric in one of things. And I apparently went nuts when I should not be. I think it was probably late at night and I should probably have adult supervision. I probably need adult supervision when I'm on 123 Stitch. So I got 3 different, because it's hard to tell on the screen, right? You can't really tell what the greens look like. So I bought 3 different greens, fabrics, as potentials for 5 o'clock somewhere. I'll show you. I think I know which one I'm going to use. You guys feel free to vote. Maybe I'll put it up as a poll. The first one I got was Lakeside Linens, 28 count. Well, these are all 28 count because that's what it needs. This is Vintage Pear. So there's that. I really love this fabric. I'm not going to use it for 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't think it's the right. I think it's too like grungy. Like it has a greenish hue to it. Like it's almost like a greenish khaki. But I really love that. And I already have it stuck with a pattern that I bought because I think it'd be perfect for that pattern. But I got 2 because I knew that I love this color, or I had a feeling I was going to love this color. So that's going to be in the giveaway, is a piece of that Vintage Pear linen. Because green, linen, fun linen, love that. So there's that one that I'm not going to use. And then I have these 2 and they're really different. I might need to just get the flosses and do a floss toss. But the first is this 25 count moss green Lugana. And it is pretty, it's like almost like seafoamy. It's almost like a seafoamy green. See, you guys? So I don't know. I need to do because I want the green beads and stuff to show up nicely. And I don't know if that's going to be too, like, not primary color enough. We'll see. And then this is a 28 count tropical green linen. Look at that. And it's a pretty yellowish, shocking green. That's pretty right. That's pretty much how it looks. I think this might be the winner. I think it's just like, I don't know who makes this. Rachel? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. It's pretty stiff. Like, can you see? I don't know that I love the linen itself, but I think I love the color. This like lemon limey green, I think it's going to be pretty good. I think this might be the winner, but we'll see. This will get, it's a beautiful color. It'll get used. This I already have a plan for. So all I needed was some fabric, but then I had to like peruse my wish list and see if any of it was on sale or if there was anything that I decided really I needed to have. And a couple things jumped in the cart too. The first one was, and this, I think I blame Joyfilled Stitcher. I think she's doing this, but maybe with a different conversion. Barbara Anna Designs a Wicked Plant. And I know Audrey, I think Audrey just finished this and it looks fantastic. And I just love it. It reminds me of Michelle Bendy's plants. And I may do just the plant and not do the All Hallows Eve. Because it's totally got like a Little Shop of Horrors vibe to it. But there's a black cat, there's scissors. And that's what I think this vintage pear linen, how great would that look? So I think that's gonna be it. And then I got the flosses to go with it. But then I saw someone did like a brighter conversion of it, and I kind of like that too. I don't know. We'll see. And then I also bought, I think that this was on Friday. No, it wouldn't have been Friday night because it wouldn't have come that quick. Maybe it was a week before when we were packing her up. I bought Letters from Mom by Jeanette Douglas. And this is there's a whole series of these, but this is the first one. And like you can make it into this like fabric envelope to put the other ones in or actual letters. And I think I was just having a total like, my baby's leaving me and I should write her letters to tell her all the things that I don't think she knows, like how proud I am of her and how much I love her. And okay, I'm getting weepy. Pull it together. So I ordered that, and I had seen, I think Michelle destashed hers, but she had the whole set, perhaps. And so I think that's where I saw it, was on Michelle's whip down. And I thought, well, I don't want the whole set, but I sure love that one. And then I got all the flosses to go with it, and I'm sure I have a piece of linen that would work. And look at this. I don't know that I have a piece of white paper up here. Don't sing, Aaron. Nobody wants to hear that. But look how pretty the flosses are. That Antique Rose, this Teal Frost. Oh, how I love that one. And this one too. This Summer Shower is like a really pretty variegated blue. So I feel like I'm gonna have to start that soon. I would love, don't think it's gonna happen to get that all finished because I don't know how to make that pretty envelope pocket. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. That seems maybe a little outside of my sewing ability, but gosh, wouldn't it be great to have that done for Christmas for Sarah? Or for after her first year of college when she finishes up next June? One of the two, because I definitely couldn't get it stitched up into a finisher and back in time for Christmas. That's definitely not happening, but Letters from Mom. And I will probably stitch this 3 times, one for each girl. And then I'll send them letters in college when they're in college. And they can save them in there or not. They can think that their mom is a crazy person. And that's okay too. And then this one has just been on my wish list for so long and I couldn't take it anymore. Blue Flower, the color of winter. Because I am like seriously going to be starting Christmas, winter, spring stitching. But it says, the color of springtime is in the flowers. The color of winter is in the imagination. With all those flowers and like I don't know, what are they? Reindeer? Elk? Something. Love that. And then I apparently put in my cart twice and didn't realize it as I was checking out. The Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornaments. So this will probably be a giveaway later. But I think Stephanie from Lindy Stitches had done like kind of a bit of a flip through in her Insta stories, and there's just lots of great stuff. This has a lot of good ornaments, and So I couldn't resist it. So I picked up not one, but 2 of them. See, adult supervision. I need adult supervision when shopping on 123 Stitch. So that's all the haul. And I've since then been very good and have not bought anything else. And I think that's probably a good thing because I'm also feeling, I was looking at my September acrostic for 24 hours across stitch group, 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic. I was checking it out to see, like, it's the last week of September, really. Monday's the 30th, right? Yeah. And I thought, oh, did I do everything? Am I close? And I did everything except 2. I've done everything but 2 things. And one of them was a planned new start. This week, I was planning to start Turkey Bay. And you know what? I don't feel like it. That's the first time I have not felt like starting something new. I have it all kitted up. I love the pattern. I definitely want to stitch it. I just don't want to start it right now. So I don't know what the plans are going to be for October. I need to take a look at where I am. It might be just to do the challenges each week in my groups with whatever WIPs fit. I do have a couple Thanksgiving things that I would like to start. Turkey Bay being one of them. And then a couple Christmas things and winter things that I would like to start. But I haven't felt the urge to start anything. How crazy is that, guys? Will wonders never cease? So that's it. That's all I have for this week. The only thing left is giveaway. And I had announced last week the 1,000 subscriber giveaway and had told you that that was going to go for 2 weeks. So I will show you again in case you didn't catch last week's video, but you should go check it out. I will show you what I'm going to be doing for the giveaway. It's kind of a my favorite things. And so far in there is a Bitsy Bob. You can bet I'm going to have at least 1, maybe 2 going with me on my trip because they're fantastic for traveling. It's going to be this little Bitsy Bob from That's So Kelly Co. And inside is going to be some needle minders. Oh, I better zip this up or stuff is going to fall out. Some needle minders from Abby Top Knot. And some overdyed floss. And some fun scissors from Abby. I showed all this stuff last week. And some fabric, at least that Lakeside linen. I think I have a piece of R&R fabric as well. A couple patterns, at least these 2. I'm probably going to throw a bunch more stuff in here, guys. If you may not know me real well, but that's how I roll, is I'm like, oh, more things and more food. Whenever, we have people over, there's always like 10 times more food than you need. This little giveaway will definitely grow. So in order to be eligible, I'm not going to make you guys answer any questions. You just need to comment either on last week's video or this week's video. So just drop me a comment. Do not say giveaway. Please be 18. Be great if you were a subscriber. But just comment on the video. And then next week, I will draw a winner for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And it'll be October. Next week. It will be October. And then I think even my youngest cannot complain about fall decorations. Not that we have a lot, but I'm going to be getting them out. And we'll do like a little monthly wrap up of how September went. So I hope you guys have had a great week, and I will see you next week when we're back here in October. Cheers.